Are you an 800 meter athlete who is trying to break 2 in the 800 meter run? Well, congratulations, you have found the right guy for the job who's going to teach you today how to finally get over that mental barrier and break 2 in the 800. I broke 2 in the 800 when I was 15 years old in my sophomore high school season, and it was a pretty big jump for me. The previous season before that, I ran 202 in the open when I was 14, and I split 159. Now splits, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, they mean nothing. Unless you're doing it in the open, it doesn't count. Same thing with the 4x4. Doesn't matter what your split in the 4x4 was. If you don't do it in the open, it doesn't matter. Now, I'm gonna break down exactly how you should approach your next 800 meter race if you are attempting to break 2. Now, when you start out your race, there is no way in the world that you are gonna break 2 if your first 200 or if your first 200 and your first 400 is not either 29 or 30. If you're going 31, 32, there's no way unless you are planning on negative splitting. And if you negative split your first ever time breaking 2, then you should be running a lot faster than just breaking 2. You should be in the 156s to 155s. But if you want to exactly go ahead and break 2, here should be your exact splits. Open up your first 200, you should be dead on to a 29 seconds 200. 29 low, 29 mid, 29 high, it doesn't matter, just make sure that it is a 29 second. Because what you're gonna do is for your next 200, you're gonna carry that speed in 30 seconds, and you're gonna come through your first 400 in 59 to 58 seconds. And even if you do come through in 60, you still have a chance to have that slight negative split, but you really wanna try to be in that 58 to 59 second range, so that all you have to do is maintain that speed all the way through. You're naturally gonna be tired because that's how the 800 meter is run. And then you're gonna close in another 60 to give you that 159. And now it sounds so much easier said than done, right? And I'm a true advocate for that. You know, I'm a 147 800 meter runner right now. So breaking 2 was a very, very long time ago for me. But I still remember it like it was yesterday, what it felt like to finally go under 2. And it was such a good feeling and such a relief. And I still think that was my most proud barrier that I've ever broken. Even when I broke 150, my first ever 149 in the 800, I think that breaking 2 was such a good accomplishment. And it should be something that you're chasing. I mean, you have to really believe it. Seeing is believing, right? First things first, you have to manifest it. You have to manifest it and put it in your brain that I am capable of breaking 2 in the 800 meter run. I think if you journal it out, I think if you speak it into existence, it's gonna happen. Now the next step, training. You have to train like you want it. You can't be showing up to practice half-assing all your workouts. You can't be showing up to practice messing around with your friends in the back of the warm-up lines. You have to take things serious. Get to the front of that warm-up line. Take your drill serious. Take yourself serious. When you're doing the workouts, actually put your work into them. Focus on your breathing when you're doing your workouts. Focus on your arms. Make sure you stretch and make sure you're really getting after it, like you really want it. I'm not sure, I can't write a training plan for each and every single one of you guys, but I can guarantee you that there's more that you can be doing to give yourself a better chance to break 2 in that 800. Because guess what? When you show up to that line and you're lined up with those other 7 or 8 guys that want it just as bad as you, the only thing that's gonna separate you versus them is the work that you put in and the belief that you have what it takes to break 2 in that 800 meter run. And then finally, guys, it just comes down to pure heart. When you're running your race and your race strategy, you know, I can talk race strategy all day, but this is the only race strategy that you'll ever need to hear. When you get out in that race, unless you know that you have a crazy enough kick to chill in the back of the pack and outkick everybody, the only ways that me personally that I was able to break 2 was chilling within the top 3 of the pack. Whether I was in first, second, or third, I had to make sure that I was in the mix of the race. Your seat time is obviously gonna put you in a good enough race to make sure that you have the chance to PR. But let's say you're racing somebody who is a 156 or a 157 guy. That doesn't mean that they're gonna run 156, 157. That's just their rank. So why not go out there and score out for the best of them? Let's say you hang with them for the first 400 and then they take off on you, right? But guess what? You used his energy off the first 400 meters to put you in a position to be successful for the rest of the race. So no matter even if you get second or third, you still have a really good chance of breaking 2 in that 800 meter run. And the point of me telling you guys this is to be aggressive. Make sure when you go out there that you really want it. When you're running in your race strategy, make sure you're controlled. Make sure you relax in the second to third place position, right? Even if you're front running it, make sure you are relaxed. Make sure you're not, gunning it all out for the first 400 meters. Make sure you relax, you feel confident in the front of the pack, and then make sure that you have some left for the last 200 to 150 meters of that race. Because that's going to be the difference between you going 159 or 202 or 203. And as I mentioned before, there's a lot of you guys asking me, how do I break 2? How do I break 2? You have to be within the top 3 of that race, and you have to make sure that everything is aligned. Your mental is aligned to knowing that you can break 2. Your body is in great physical condition to be able to break 2. And then make sure you have the heart to break 2 that last 100 meters. Make sure you're leaving it all out on that track, and make sure that you're coming through in splits that you are used to coming through in. Make sure you're coming through your first 200 in 29 seconds, and make sure your first 400 is in 59. And then, like I said, if you come through that 600 meter mark in 129, 130, you're in exact prime position to break 2 in that 800 meter run. Get to the front of that pack, be comfortable, be relaxed, be smooth, be fluid, think positive thoughts. When you're going through it lactic acid wise, when you're coming across that, that 400 to 600 on that back stretch, in your mind, tell yourself, I am capable of breaking 2. Stay with him. Whoever is next to you, stay with him. And if he's running too slow, pass him. Don't make any too crazy moves. Don't swing out into lane 4 to try to pass somebody. Something always, listen to this, something always opens up in the 800 meter run. If there's 2 or 3 guys that you're running behind and you feel like you're jammed, just wait. Something's gonna open up. The Red Sea will part. Use that opportunity to shoot through and win that race and break 2. I believe in you can do it, but it doesn't matter what I believe in. It only matters on what you think and what you think you are capable of at the end of the day. So this has been Nico Schultz, man. Please go ahead, leave a comment what you guys thought about this video, and go ahead and break 2.